Alright, welcome back everybody. It's more Fire Emblem Three Houses, and we got our supports. I mean, I've had them for a minute, and I got some more. I think we'll start off with Yurita and just work our way down. So, I guess we'll start with me and him. And I recently...
Lord JERITZA? I believe he used to be a professor at the Officers Academy.
Yes, I know. I was one too. I recently saw another Three Hopes trailer, the Blue Lion one. Yeah, I'm trying to finish.
It was also my understanding that he was personally recommended by Lord Arundel himself, landing him a position as a sword instructor.
Really?
Whatever the case is, behind that mask of death, there's an emptiness, a void.
Now, you know what's a real void? How you're talking without your mouth moving.
This is probably just a rumor, but I heard he was found and taken in by Her Majesty herself.
I doubt that, because they would have a rank.
Supposedly, he's the heir of the Hrim family, but I also heard he's only a distant relative who was adopted. He sure is mysterious.
Nah, that would be Mercedes.
You've been asking around about me.
Well, you won't tell me. I have.
It matters not to me, one way or the other. Do you want to know of my past?
Okay, you will. I do.
Why?
Because I like to know the people, I'm working around. That's why.
Friend or foe? That's what you're trying to determine.
No, not at all.
But you won't find answers merely with words. There is only one path forward. Raise your sword if you have the nerve.
Again, what's good with you and me? I have the sword of the creator, but you got some bogus armor.
Raise it and fight me. If you want to know my heart, know my sword.
I must fight you?
It's only to spar. Nobody will be slain.
Oh, really? You didn't say that all too convincingly.
I cannot kill you yet. The Death Knight knows that very well.
Are you talking about literally being capable? That's a joke.
I've been told to refrain from killing you until the war has ended.
Oh, okay. Were you speaking yourself in the third person then, and saying that literally Edelgard forbade you to kill me? By whom?
The Emperor.
I see. So that's true then.
The young Emperor discovered me long ago.
Really?
Though back then, she was still a princess.
Then why don't you have a daggum rank?
Ultimately, it was she who erased my past.
What?
She placed me into a family that was disintegrating, that I might be their heir.
Really? Your past, you say?
Indeed. My past. My crimes for killing a useless man and his kin.
Wait a minute, no, he's a part of House Bartels. Or at least he was. Then he was put in House Hrim. That's right, I gotta remember.
To survive, the Death Knight must spill blood. Left to his own devices, he would kill innocent passers-by.
You don't say.
Through the Emperor's grace, he was allowed hunting grounds. That is why, to this day, I follow her.
Then, honestly speaking, Bernadetta and him shouldn't have a rank. It should be him and Edelgard.
I am not yet ready to yield such fertile hunting grounds. Nor am I ready to truly fight you.
In fact, okay, I'm going to get to what he said in a second. It also just, it's weird for, him to follow Edelgard and them not to have, I just think they should have one. I think it makes more sense than Bernie. We'll speak on Bernie later. First, let's get back to this line. What do you mean you're not ready to yield such fertile hunting grounds? And he didn't say the Death Knight there. He said he.
Of course, were I not here to hold him back, he would cut you down without hesitation.
Okay, I guess Yurita is saying that the Death Knight needs blood, so he's not ready to give that up for the Death Knight's sake, in a sense, or for the people's sake that he would cut down. So I'm assuming this is a split personality kind of thing. Kinda.
As for me, I too... never mind.
Hey, no, you need to explain that.
If you've no intention of fighting, then be gone.
Didn't you just say you're not ready? Well, I mean, we're sparring. I mean, I could spar.
Perhaps it is he who is to blame, but I feel oddly when I look at you.
Uh-huh. Alright then. I'm still figuring him out. Well, I think I kind of have an idea, but you know, I don't want to draw conclusions or, you know, confirm or put a pin in things just yet. Bernie, though. You know, it's interesting. This isn't the first support that I thought it was weird that Bernie had it. And they would have had to have planned things out in advance, correct? If I'm not mistaken, I believe, well, this is according to Fire Emblem Heroes, but Bernie was listed as the third most popular character there, under Lysithea. And I think they did that on purpose. If I had to guess, I don't know if they considered Lysithea to be, or if they planned for her to be the second best. But I do think that they planned for Bernadetta to be loved. It goes into, which I've heard some people saying that that they did not plan for the Black Eagle or the Crimson Flower route to be played first. I misspoke. Was it last episode? What I've been meaning to say is what I said in the beginning of the game. They wanted you to choose Edelgard first, not necessarily the Crimson Flower route, but the Black Eagle. So basically, I'm talking about the pre-time skip, and I misspoke yesterday when I was including this route in that. That was my mistake. But I do mean to say, look, like I said, it's a male-dominated fan base. Even I was considering choosing Edelgard. And my boy Crew 5 said he would have chosen Edelgard, even though he doesn't like her right now. She has an advantage. She's the only female lord. This isn't talking about the quality of routes. I am saying this because Edelgard has the plot twist pre-time skip, right? And in theory, it would be the most emotional in this route. I would think so. In the Golden Deer, I had a feeling, but... Well, actually, yeah, that's the thing. The Golden Deer, it was the least obvious. It was the most obvious in the Black Eagle route itself. Nevertheless, I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure they planned for you to do that. And, so regardless on what route you choose, Petra, Bernadetta, Dorothea would still be with you. And of the three, I feel like... Well, honestly, I feel like all three of them were meant to be, I'll say it, waifu material. Yeah, sure. But I think they did plan on Bernadetta being a very popular character. Just from what I've seen in other Japanese polls, I would have guessed that before I even saw the polls, that she was popular. I'm saying all that to say, I think the reason Bernadetta had so many paralogs is because they already assumed she would be a popular character. Because I'm pretty sure Yurita came out, like, what, soon after the game was released? And well, you'll have to correct me on that because I actually didn't look it up, but I don't think they could have planned out all Yurita supports and had them recorded before in that amount of time and have gotten the polls from the people saying that Bernadetta was a popular character. I just think that they planned it. Maybe something in the support will change my mind, but as of right now, I think it was more... Constance and Mercedes make sense. This should be Edelgard. But let's see.
Yurita?
What?
I've got it all figured out.
Hmm?
Your true identity.
Uh-huh.
If my detective skills are correct, then you are
Detective skills?
the Death Knight, right?
Nice. Nice, Bernie. Alright.
Everyone already knows that.
I would hope so.
What? Everyone knows. But how?
How are you a general in this army for 5 years? I shouldn't use Bernadette as a measure of everybody else. I really shouldn't.
And here I thought that I'd uncover your big spooky secret.
Like, at this rate, it's seeming like they purposely didn't inform her because she would be too scared.
Bernie, you're such a shut-in that you missed the biggest news in town.
But you're not in this route.
So, here's the deal, Yurita. You've got to tell me a secret about you that nobody else knows.
Even Mercedes and Constance and Edelgard?
Why?
Because I sleuthed for hours upon hours. That's gotta be rewarded.
So did I, and I didn't ask for anything like that.
Just stop.
Oh, come on. Please? Oh, I know. I've got it. Why do you wear that crazy-looking armor when you're pretending to be the Death Knight?
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Alright, 1 second. It appears... Oh, they're both low. Nice. I have to use my other Joy-Cons. There we go. The blue and red ones. I don't use them because they still have the drift. I tried sending... Well, I forgot to send them in when I should have. But anyways.
Are you just into the look of it? You like spooky stuff?
Well, I may have been drawn to that aspect. To look sinister. To embody death.
Really?
Oh, I see. I thought maybe you put on that mask and armor because, just like old Bernie, you don't like talking to people.
Huh, I guess that could be a part of it.
There may be some truth to that.
Yeah.
Talking to people is intolerable.
Like right now?
Oh, yeah? I think I'm sensing a real kinship between us. So, with that whole spooky getup on, it allowed you to speak to people with confidence.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think that was it.
Oh, hey, Yurita. Don't tell anyone about this, okay? This is our little secret.
I don't mind, but I also don't understand.
Yeah, that did nothing to change my mind. I mean, I guess it's cool to have a comical support. That could also be part of it. But, like, compared to the other two, or I just think, like, you need another one on that same tier. At least me. That being said, let's go to Mercedes.
Hello, Emile. The War Council is about to begin. Come on.
Which, by the way, I read a comment saying that they didn't think Mercedes would fit in this route. And thinking about it, yeah, Lysithea does fit more. I more so meant Mercedes has ties that could be explored, but it is true that it would be hard for me to see Mercedes, I think. Well, Mercedes, it was originally from the Empire. Well, I can see both ways. Oh, is he Death Knight right now?
What's the matter? You're so pale. Have you been injured? Emile?
Oh, he tried to, yeah.
Must slay more.
Okay, his eyes really did change.
What?
There is no pleasure to be had in these halls. My thirst is unbearable.
Okay, so I mean, I was kind of thinking this, but now especially seeing his face, I can see it now.
Perhaps Bathing in your blood will help satiate me.
So when he was talking to Mercedes in the Blue Lion route, it's more so I think he was holding himself back, trying not to hurt her.
Emil? Wait. You're not Emil. You're the Death Knight. You may look like him, but you are not him. He would never say such a thing.
You never known? Well, I guess, yeah. He did what he did to House Bartels after Mercedes left.
What care I for names? I care only to kill or be killed.
I see. So you want to kill me? Then do as you must. It is within your rights.
No. We stopping that. Hold up.
My rights?
Mother and I must be the reason the Death Knight exists within you.
I mean, I wouldn't blame you for that.
A young boy left all alone in House Bartels without us? I can't imagine how lonely and terrible that must have been.
How bad was it?
To our half-siblings who bore no crests, we were nothing more than intruders. Their horrible words and violent actions were only bearable because the three of us supported one another through it.
Really?
All alone in a place like that, it's little wonder that you broke down as you have.
But Yurita doesn't have a crest, right?
We should have rescued you. We should have offered ourselves to save you.
Nonsense.
Oh, really?
However, we cannot turn back the hands of time.
Huh.
Atonement is all I have for you now.
You know, part of me wonders if, I feel like that should be a theme of this game, you know? That once you've made your choice, you gotta stick with it. But you absolutely can. You can restart the game, you can do new routes, and you can literally, rewind stuff.
You don't understand anything.
Okay, he's back.
Emil?
The day you left 18 years ago,
Huh.
I told Mother to leave me there.
Really?
What? But why did you do such a thing?
You know something else I'm thinking about? Because my mentality on the game has been, there is no true path in this. Well, at least, they didn't even write one. Whatever way you choose, like when you don't have all the facts, no route gives you 100% of the picture by itself. And I think Mercedes shows that in the sense of, she could get this answer if you chose to go with the Black Eagle route, but if she goes to her normal route, she never would. It's interesting.
I wanted to protect you.
Really?
I am glad that we are reunited. I am happy that you are alive.
No, all right. We starting to get cracked through the shell of the Death Knight, and I'm starting to see the real Yurita now.
I am so sorry, my dear sister.
Okay, yeah, that hit. Actually, having him say that, I like that. Wow. Yeah, all right. I get it now. I get it. See, that's what I'm saying. When you have the other supports on that tier, I'm really upset we don't have him talking with Edelgard. All right. Constance now.
Hey.
Well, that's a different tone.
Did you send for me, Emil?
Stop gossiping about me.
Gossiping? About you? Oh, you wound me, Emil. So what if your name falls from my lips now and then?
If you speak of my past, there will be consequences.
Is that a threat?
I am aware. I have been silent regarding you secretly being of House Bartels. No, when I speak of you, I bandy gentler truths, such as your fondness for kittens and ice cream.
Wow, that's petty.
All the silly little details that make you seem human.
But again, I don't think that's out of line.
Those details are nobody's business but mine.
Oh, Emil, do you have any notion what the rank and file say about you?
I can imagine.
No.
They use words like unapproachable, menacing, and inscrutable.
I mean, it makes sense.
Regardless of your skill with the blade, fighting a war as if it were a long series of duels will end in death.
That is true. I'm considering on if I should keep that line or not. Not for what the blade part. Anyways.
And that is why I do what I can to ingratiate you with the soldiers you lead. No thanks necessary.
Constance actually brought up, well, one of the points I was thinking about. You know, how would people just think about the Death Knight chilling around there?
I see you are still unhappy with me.
Whatever do you mean?
The battlefield is solitary in the end. I've no interest in camaraderie with soldiers.
I mean, I guess that's fair.
Are you implying that in combat, you are an utterly matchless warrior?
Well, for the most part, he is. I mean, who would think, you know, that someone so young and so, well, just young, yeah, would just be able to one-shot him.
That you can vanquish any foe single-handedly? That you need no cohort supporting you?
Now, that is true if he gets jumped. But in single combat, he's pretty much unbeatable as a boss.
How perfectly presumptuous! Even I can admit my reliance upon others.
I suppose that is true, Constance.
While you fight, who stands beside you to gauge the tide of battle? Who eliminates the archers aiming for you? Who heals whatever injuries you might sustain?
You know, she's not wrong. I'm just thinking about that last battle where she took out somebody who was targeting Petra, and she can most certainly heal.
These are questions you should be asking yourself, Emil. I ask them for you because we are old friends.
Always quick to cut to the heart of the matter.
Just as you are ever an ache in my side.
You know, I'm really glad that the Ashen Wolves were added to the game. Like, Mercedes is one thing, but having Constance here adds another layer, I feel.
Which is nothing compared to the ulcers your sister must have developed, given your attitude.
Like, it feels... She doesn't feel like a DLC character. I feel like she's someone who's always been here. You know? She's Mercedes' friend, and by extension also Yuritsa's friend, Emil's friend. I don't know, it's like having Hulse here, I guess. You know, somebody who should have been here and is.
Whatever.
It just makes the world feel more alive.
But there is a truth in your words. However, it is not up for discussion. Stop gossiping about me.
I shall consider it.
Yeah, I really like that. I really like that. Okay. Oh, wait, Constance has one more? Oh, speaking of friends. Yeah, sure.
You there.
Ah, is there something I can do for you, Constance?
Oh, right, I forgot. She's an option for him.
Is there something you can do? Of course there is.
Would this be something I consider, though?
Well, what is it?
It ought to be plain.
I do not follow. Please, clarify what you mean.
Have you forgotten the day I revealed to you my silly little dream? If you weren't paying attention, I shall be cross.
Huh. That, you know how she said that.
Oh, yes. You must be referring to the oblique request you made concerning peaks and valleys.
Wait, I thought she was talking about something else.
Not seeing a peak ahead of you, you hoped I might help lift you out of your lowly
Right. She did phrase it like that. See, my mind was elsewhere. I've been playing something else. I'm just not gonna go into it further than that. But yeah.
Precisely. You've summed it up completely.
Darn it! It's okay. It's okay. We have a bunch of methods to capture that. Actually, real quick, There actually is something I noted. This is a thing.
Having a meal like this reminds me of the old days, eating alongside the rest of the opera company.
So true. I really miss those days. Oh, sorry, Professor. I didn't mean to leave you out of the conversation.
Hated that I saw that off camera, but anyways. Yeah, the point was cool.
Now that you know of what I speak, I want you to forget it immediately. Act as if you heard nothing.
I forgot, who used it first. It's not common, that pose.
You want me to forget the occasion you just asked me to remember?
Yeah,
I see.
I caught that too.
Before I discard this memory entirely, might I be so bold as to ask why?
Is it not obvious? I don't want my weakness bandied about.
Yeah.
I vowed to restore House Nouvelle through my own grand achievement. Just as I would not abandon this dream, I would not accept it being handed to me.
That is fair.
Though if I am to be quite honest, the real reason is that letting you in on this vulnerability was an indiscretion I won't repeat.
Really?
I see. What a curious situation.
I don't take your meaning.
5 years ago, with the cladding of my highborn status stripped away, I was vulnerable and exposed.
Was it? If I'm not mistaken, he acted like nothing happened back then.
To borrow your words, I was in a valley, and a thick shroud of fog obscured the peak before me.
But maybe we just didn't have time to dwell on it much, and we just kind of skipped to now.
Now, the cloud has lifted a bit, and I can see a glimpse of what lies ahead.
And what, dare I ask, do you see?
There is a towering cliff for you to scale, and a long, rocky path lying ahead of me. Rather than ascending separately, we can join hands and face these obstacles together. Then, we can reach the heights of our forebears, or, dare I say, even higher.
Even higher, you say? Now you remind me once more of the boy I knew. I have but one concern.
And what might that be?
That I shall outpace your laggardly efforts.
I honestly can't believe that, though.
Huh? I was being sincere, you know.
Yeah, that seemed more like a friendship thing, though, to me. Okay, solid, solid. Actually, how many... Oddly enough, Constance might just end up with Yurita. Actually, no. Yeah, because, yeah, that might happen. Interesting. I wonder if it'll make sense. Now then, ooh, okay. Really? What about Mercedes? Oh yeah, sure. We'll continue with Ferdinand and Mercedes.
You know, stepping in to prevent extortion, that was quite brave of you.
We're still on that?
What? Oh, you're talking about that time in town. I wouldn't say I did anything brave, really. I just asked what was going on.
No need to be humble. Helping the weak is precisely what a virtuous noble does.
I don't think what I did is quite the same thing.
What do you mean by that?
The point I was trying to make is that some things in this world can't be bought or sold with money.
Well, that is true.
I think I let myself get a little too worked up, though.
Oh, that's why you were getting in?
It's just, when I saw it happening, it reminded me of my own past.
Your past? You were originally a daughter of House Bartels, a minor noble family, I heard. You abandoned your title, and now you live as a commoner. Is there more to the story? Pray tell.
Oh, we can get another aspect?
Life was becoming difficult for us, so my mother and I fled from House Bartels.
Well, this definitely happens before she talks to Yurita.
We found refuge in a small church in Fargus and lived there for a few years. A man appeared one day and said that he wanted to adopt me. It was obvious that he only cared about my bloodline and crest.
How did they find out?
The priest refused to let me go, but the man used his money to overwhelm the church. In the end, I had no choice but to leave with him.
Really?
That soldier we saw? I guess he just reminded me of my adoptive father.
Huh.
The man who exploited you so that he could join the nobility. Yes, I understand. But I must confess, that part of the story confuses me. There is nothing to gain from having a noble title.
You don't think so?
What's so funny?
I never thought I'd hear you question the value of nobility, Ferdinand.
That is true.
Oh, well, that is not quite what I meant. Using someone else to obtain high status, with no effort and no accomplishment? Certainly you can obtain a title like that, but it hardly makes you a noble.
If only that was the golden standard.
I completely agree.
Then we wouldn't have a problem. If people were, well, anyways.
By the same token, although you are legally a commoner, in your heart, you are a proud and virtuous noble.
Yeah, about that.
That is what I think, at any rate.
I mean, is that such a bad way to look at it? Well, I think you can be virtuous and not be a noble. I think that's the thing. But it seems she didn't take problem with it. Even though, I guess it's because she was originally. So we're just more saying, you know, she's still virtuous. I think that's what he's going for. There's another. Oh, Hubert. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay.
It's strange. I never thought you and I would be able to sit together and drink tea like this.
Drink tea, you say? But that does not smell like tea. The aroma. Would that be coffee by any chance?
You know what coffee is?
Imported from Dagda, I believe. I do not care for it myself.
I thought it was rare from Constance and Happy's support. Might be confusing something there.
Your knowledge is impressive. Although I should expect nothing less from a noble, I suppose.
Okay, so yeah, it's not commonly known.
Lady Edelgard surpasses you in nearly every respect.
Uh-huh.
But I think when it comes to positivity, you may actually exceed her.
I don't actually think that's too hard to do.
Excuse me?
In a way, it is merely a mask for your tactlessness. But even so, your relentless optimism, well, suffice it to say that it is your best quality.
What?
You are constantly striving to grow as a person, to seek new knowledge, to push new limits. When others might get distracted or abandon their path, you never yield.
Where's this coming from, Hubert?
In that aspect, at least, I think you are unmatched.
Hubert, are you all right?
Yeah.
Do you have a cold? Or the plague? Am I hearing a deathbed confession?
It was only a compliment. There's no need for such dramatic exaggeration.
Dramatic, you say?
I do my best to analyze others without emotion.
Really?
Even if I find you to be a contemptible degenerate, I can still evaluate your abilities in an impartial way.
I suppose so. Yeah, I can't really deny that. Alright, Hubert. I think that also goes the same with me.
So, because you assess people without emotion, you are totally confident in your appraisals. It seems I was wrong about you.
You actually understand.
Please, do not compliment me again, though. I find it quite unsettling. It is like hearing a snake sing an aria.
An aria? Never heard of that.
At least put it in a letter next time.
In the very unlikely event that there is a next time, I promise to put it in writing.
I'm surprised you agreed to that, Hubert. That seemed like it could have been an A+. Interesting. Alright, well, we'll see where that goes. And now it is time for the question of the day, and perhaps I should clarify something in this episode. I tend to roast characters that I like. That's one of the things that attracted me to Claw's route in the first place, is when he did the same to Hilda. I was like, okay, this is my route. You know, it's joking around basically. Unfortunately, in a route like this, I'm worried about doing so, but I felt like since Bernie's been there since the beginning, then I can do that. So just to clarify, I do not dislike Bernie. I still think that Yurita should have been with somebody else. It's not that I didn't enjoy the support with Yurita and Bernie, it's just if I had a preference, I would have chosen Edelgard. But that being said, I know I ask this question a lot, but come on, there are a lot of interesting supports. I'm probably going to ask it next episode too, just going to be honest. What support was your favorite in this episode? In fact, I would have combined the two, but not sure how long next episode's going to be, and well, it'd be good to get answers for both of these episodes. So with that being said, please post your thoughts down in the comments below, and I will see you all next time.